Welcome to game 2 of the series. Jesulin versus KMA Royal Legion. Not looking too good this series for KMA Royal Legion. Lost game 1 in about 15 minutes. 500 VP victory for Jesulin. Though even the battle for faction selection is probably already lost. Jesulin's going to be going with mechanized support, guard, motor, and shock rifle against KMA Royal Legion's fortifications. I see a very early tier 3 from him as well. Captain Price style to just build it immediately. Try and get the black half track out really fast. Black half track is great on this map. Performs very well. As fortifications, he'll probably be supporting it with MG34s rather than Fusiliers. You can try to make work. Slightly more difficult, I think, but you do, of course, later have the safety net of the Pak-43. So it's a toss-up. I think people generally prefer Fusiliers plus Jagdpanzer as opposed to MG34s plus Pak-43, especially against Jesulin's shock rifle. I think we've seen Jesulin's shock rifle defeat fortifications many times. Not that I know for sure he will go shock rifle. I'm thinking of more of a Kolodny Ferma Summer kind of game. I've seen that on this stream at least like twice. But on this map, Jesulin is probably more likely to go with guards. Stern Pioneers flank some combat engineers and cover over here. Kuba Wagon also on the field. Kuba Wagon plus early tech is going to leave him with only 2 squads of infantry. Even 3 minutes into the game might be a little bit difficult to keep Jesulin back. Jesulin has also himself got a slightly smaller force of infantry, going only 2 cons before teching into tier 1, getting himself an M3 right here. M3 possibly as a response to the Kuba Wagon. And he'll already be hopping inside and heading right. Try and take out that Kuba Wagon, and he already has a flamethrower. Got that 60 munitions together quick, taking control of this munitions point very early on to help him smash into the field with the flamethrower. I think we're looking at Stern Piles maybe getting wiped already. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. That may not be an error. That may be the game right there. That may not be something you can recover from. Losing Stern Pioneers in the first 3 minutes with a Kuba Wagon and mechanized structures. This build is already extremely infantry light, but he will field an MG34. Try to get some territory back that way, I guess. Jesulin taking the entire left uncontested, and over here on the right side, conscripts are moving to take control of strategic points. Jesulin has actually gone double M3, going with an extremely early aggression build that's obviously working very well thus far. His opponent has not got any anti-tank. Even after seeing the first one, no Raketten Warfare, he can't plant a mine, and his flak half-track is still quite a ways away. Fuel income is about to be severely reduced. It needs 10 more fuel to get the flak half-track out, and once this gets cut off, that 10 fuel is going to actually take a while to collect. 2 squads are about to get forced back into the base left. And the M3s will pull back to safety here in the middle. The fuel has been connected to Jesulin's territory now. He'll start trying to set up a triple cap and maintain an aggressive containment. And Royal Legion doesn't actually currently have the manpower for a flak half-track, having purchased himself a second MG34 on 1 Kuba Wagon, 2 MG34s, 2 Volks, and I assume flak half-track, but maybe Puma. Hopefully he'll have the tools he needs to keep these M3s at bay. Jesulin still needs a little bit more CPs to field guards, which will of course be his counter to the black half track.
Heavy fortification now available. Pioneers standing by.
Grenade toss on those conscripts will dodge, take only extremely minor damage. Force that squad away. 1 M3 hovering in the middle, waiting for guards to catch up. Puma in production, not flak half track. Puma, I think, is not the right answer to M3s. Based on what I've seen, doesn't seem like is useful enough to merit its cost. Commando West has more cost-effective means of dealing with an M3, especially since they can be destroyed by 1 mine. It takes 1 mine and the M3 is completely destroyed from full health. 30 munitions is a lot cheaper than 70 fuel and 320 manpower. And then there's of course always Panzerschreck and Kenwerfer, and I don't think the Puma is bad by any means. I just think that you need to focus a little bit more on anti-infantry in the early game. And Puma is more of a light anti-tank destroyer. The Puma is just an awkward unit because it never really seems to have a right moment. It always hits the field too early, too late. Performs extremely well in its role, and yet I have yet to see somebody really make it work. Kind of an interesting unit in that regard. Will of course be quite capable of destroying these M3s if you can get in range unharried, but 2 squads of guards move up to hold the line. Kugelwagen getting sniped quick. Goes down. Grenade toss to try and save the Kugelwagen was too late. M3 peaks, gets sniped by the Puma, and they both have to pull back, falling dangerously low. And that will actually be an almost full retreat from Jesulin, except for 1 squad of guards still has full health, sticking around over here. Meanwhile, conscripts are taking control of the points all the way up KMA Royal Legion's base, and heavy mortar bombardment has begun. And his guard motor chosen by Jesulin, of course. And this area is already getting softened up. Puma taking light PTRS fire. Guards move to try and protect.
Grenadiers are now trained in the deployment of bunkers and anti-personnel S-mines.
My face moved like a week ago. Puma makes no effort to kite these guards and is destroyed. It wasn't even shooting at them. Had prioritized vehicles on.
Send orders! We need to fly!
The loss of a Puma is generally something that Over Commando West cannot afford. Honestly, even when Over Commando West were considered overpowered, losing an early Puma could be GG. This patch, I just don't know how to recover from a situation like that. It costs so much fuel, it's such a significant delay to your tech that you need it to have an extremely dramatic impact. You need to trade, you need to trade up with it over the course of a nice, long, healthy lifetime. Get it up to vet 2 or 3 at least. Or it was probably not worth it. It's a very specific play style if you want to go Puma opening. That is not easy to pull off, and clearly KMA Royal Legion was unsuccessful against Jesulin, who will take the series, defeating his 3rd challenger.